The first thing we're going to talk about in section 3 is gathering information. Gathering information about the connected clients and the router is very important because it will help us know what their IP addresses, their MAC addresses, the operating system that they're running, the ports that they have open in their devices, and for example, for the router, we'd be able to know the manufacturer of the router, and then we'd be able to look for exploits and vulnerabilities that we can use against the router or against the clients if we're trying to hack them. In section 1, we saw how we can use AeroDumpNG to discover the connected clients. We saw in the second part of the AeroDump output, we saw how we can see the associated clients and we can see their MAC address. That was about it. That's everything we can get before we can connect to the target access point. Now, after connecting, we can gather much more detailed information about these devices. We're going to talk about 3 programs. Now, there is a lot of programs that does that. We're going to talk about 3 programs. We're going to start with the simplest and quickest one, and that is NetDiscover. Let's see how we can use NetDiscover. As I said, it's the quickest and the simplest, but it doesn't show very detailed information about the target clients. It will only show us their IP address, their MAC address, and sometimes the hardware manufacturer. So we're going to use it by typing NetDiscover. Then we're going to put I and specify our wireless device, which is WLAN 0. As you can see, I'm using LAN 0 instead of MON 0 because I'm using it in managed mode. I don't want to capture any packet that's in the air. I only want to capture packets that are directed to my device. And then we're going to put the range. You can put any range you want. If I look at my IP, and we can see my IP is 11. So this is the network that I'm in, 192.168.1. So I want to discover all the clients that are in this network. So we're going to try to see if there is a device in 192.168.1.1. Then we're going to try 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 up to 254. That's the end of the range. So to specify a whole range, you can write it like this. Over 24. So that means I want to 192.168.1, and then in here we're just going to increase up to 254, which is the end of the IP range in the network. So I'm going to hit enter, and as you can see, it's finished. That was very quick. As I said, it's the quickest way, and we can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 devices connected to the network, and we have their MAC addresses here, and just very simple. Sometimes you can have the MAC vendor, but here it's not showing up. But that's about it. It was very quick, and it just shows simple information.